Hi everyone and welcome to this live streaming from Bucaramanga, Colombia to India. So today we are going to see the competitive advantages of our SEA4, the fastest filling pouch machine in the world. So in SE we are in 17 countries such as Mexico, Venezuela, Honduras, Guatemala, Colombia, and now we are going to India. In our first streaming, we are going to see the fastest filling pouch machine in the world. But before we start, I want to say thanks all of you for joining us to this live streaming. So before we start, I'm going to introduce Mr. Rafael Briñez. He is the head leader in the supply chain department. Hi Rafa, welcome and thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Paulo. Good morning to everyone. Good night there in India. My name is Rafael Briñez. I'm the supply chain manager and third generation of this company. 30 years ago, my grandfather, Rafael Briñez Cardoso, founded this company with the objective of being the principal technological ally for the agro industry in the region. 20 years ago, my father, Mauricio Briñez, took the control of the company, and he decided to focus in the aseptic field. Nowadays, we are the market leaders in America. And the success key that we use was the BPPST. That means to have the best product, the best price, the best technical support, and the best talent management. To reach the best product, what we did was that we avoid retailers and we build long-term relationships with our technological manufacturers all over the world. This allows us to have always the latest updated in our equipment. The best price. With the best price, it was the same strategy of the best product because we built it long-term relationships, and this allows us to have better prices, to have better conditions that we give to you. To have the best technical support, we started to be connected to our machines 24/7, and we developed a call center that gives to our customers a complete support in their goals. We don't want to be your machinery supplier. We want to be your technological ally. And finally, and the most important, is to develop the best talent management. To develop the best talent management, we create a culture of life project culture. That's why we are passionate for service. We are passionate for aseptic. And our dream is that our children come here and keep fighting in this life project called SE. Once again, thank you very much for taking the time to be here with us, and we hope to see you soon. Thank you so much. Mr. Paulo, thank you.
Thanks Rafa for your words and thanks for being here. In SE, we are in the world with 356 equipment in all the world, and we have 315 heads working heads in the market, and we also have 130 filling machines in the market. So the responsible of these make these products to go to the market, it's the process area. And for this, I want to introduce Mr. Luis Gomez. He's the head leader in the process department, and he's the one who is in charge of giving you guys the best product. So, welcome, Mr. Luis.
Okay, Paulo.
How are you?
Good morning. Thank you for the invite. Thank you for inviting me, and welcome everyone.
So, Luis, before we start, I want you to tell us what do you guys do here in the process department, and what kind of products do you make here?
Okay, we are the process department. In the process department, we are divided in 5 different areas. The first 3 we are talking about the products. The first one is dedicated to the process equipment that is going for the receiving of milk until a certain tank. The second one is talking about the filling machines, and it's going from 1 head to 4 heads. And the last one is the downstreaming. And in the downstreaming, we are talking about what is going to be done with the pouches. That means after the machines, doing everything after the palletization. Is talking about if we are going to put that in boxes or in plastic. The other one is, the other 2 is transversal to our department. The first one is the machinery, and the second one is the link manufacturing. And in the link manufacturing, what we're doing is just to reduce the aid wasted that we have in manufacturing process. And because of that, we just try to reduce the price almost all the time and increase the quality of the product. And doing that, we understand that for increase the quality and reduce the price, we just achieve that in 3 different ways. First, we have over 23 years of experience, and because of that experience, we just build up the machines. The second one, we just put the suppliers into this context, and the suppliers such as Rodwell, Siemens, they put people inside of our warehouse headquarters to improve it as well. And the third one is the clients. Then the clients told us what is the principal issues that they have it, and we just build up the machines to solve that problems. That is the principal thing that we do. We just work for solve the problems with the clients. That is talking about our department. And what kind of product we do? We do the products is once the milk get inside of the factory on the dryers, we have the receiving of the milk, the CIP system, as tanks. We have all the process, the equipment such as sterilizer, pasteurizer, as well as the mixing process, cluster of valves, aseptic tanks. We have the filler aseptic machines, and we have another equipment for the downstreaming that will be the packer and bagger. Where we do that kind of equipment is put the pouches inside of a box, and the other one is to put the pouches into a bag, to do a 3-pack or 6-pack, and depending on the market. Okay, Pablo, that is the principal product that we do here in our department, and how our department works.
Okay, Luis, and this is the fastest aseptic filling pouch machine in the world. That means that with this aseptic machine, the speed that we go, it's 16,000 units per minute, right?
Yes, right, because it's A4.
Okay, beside the UHT milk, what another product can we package in here in our machine?
Okay, in our machine we can pack all the aseptic products. I'm talking about aseptic milk, oat, cream, and something like a juice as well. I mean, everything that is liquid. I mean, less than 600 centipoise.
Okay, and now we are going to start talking about our machine. So we have 4 main systems in all our filling pouch machine, our SEA4. Yes. The first one that we want to talk about is the CIP.
That's correct.
I want you to tell us about all these 4 main systems, and let's start with the CIP, right? That it's 100% automatic.
That's right.
So we have here our CIP. So tell us a little bit more about this.
Okay, in all the CIP system, the most important is about first is to think about the 4 different variables that is very important during the CIP. First one is the speed, because we have to reach 1.5 meters per second to make sure that we are going to clean all the pipes. The second one is the concentration, and the concentration we have to measure the quantity of salsa and acid. And the third one, we're talking about temperature. The temperature will be between 70 degrees until 80 degrees. And the last one is the time. And how we do that? First, we have here the pump, and the pump is going to give the flow just for the machine to make sure that the velocity is the one that we needed, that is 1.5 meters per second. The second one is the concentration. And how we do the concentration? We do it with this, with the squidman. This measures the conductivity of the product. And what we have in here is we just measure the quantity of sosa and acid in the process. And the third one is the temperature. And the temperature, we do it in here. We here have the mixer of the CIP, and here we just control the temperature of the process. And the last one, but not least, is the time. And the time we do it with all the program that we have in the machine. And how that works is we have here the pump, and the pump is going to flow the CIP chemicals into the machines, and it's going in this way. Follow me. The first one we have in the upper side is the right valve. In the right valve we have the CIP valve, and that valve just allow the product just get inside of the machine, and the product go for the valve to the balance tank, and in the balance tank is going to the dosificator. And how that works, in this part you will have the dosificator. The dosificator is, they have two pipes. That means that the product goes in the inner pipe, and we use this kind of nozzle just for during production. And during production we have this one that is an open one, and we have two pipes, one in here and the other one in here. And when we do CIP, we use this kind of nozzle, a closed one, and the CIP just going in here and going out for the outside of the pipe. And from this part of the pipe, it's just going for the pipe that is in the last part, that's 1 inch pipe, and go back to the CIP and goes here to the collector. And that's how we just make the closed system in the process. That means that you are not going to waste any chemical, and you just start to doing the cycle during the CIP. Pablo, that is the way how the CIP works.
Okay, so that means that just in our CIP, we have two or all advantages, competitive advantage, right? So the first one is a 100% CIP, automatic, right? Automatic
Yes.
CIP. And the other one, the second one, it's the time that we can spend between washing without no washing. So that means 72 hours between washing.
Yeah, Pablo, that is very important, as you were just about to say, is the machine during production. When you put that in with a aseptic tank, you can continue running the machine until 72 hours. That means you're then going to reduce the time of between CIPs, and you can produce more, because doing the CIP of the machine is almost 5 hours. You can imagine that 3 days running without any stopping. That is a lot.
That's a great advantage for us. So we want to know more about the other systems. The other system that we have is the sterilization system.
That's right.
Tell us a little bit more about this system.
Okay, in the sterilization system we do it in two different ways. The first one we're talking about is the CIP just send the steam to the machine to do a sterilization of 140 degrees. That is the first one, and it's going in the same way that the CIP is going. The second one is talking about the air, and is how it will be done is here. We have an inlet blower, and from here he took the air for the outside, doing a pre-filter until 60%, and after that is going to the HEPA filter. In the HEPA filter, you reduce the population of the air until 99.999%, and the air is going to be heat up until 40 to 45 degrees. Why is that for? It's because in this kind of temperature, the peroxide that is inside of the machine is going to be a major effect for the sterilization of the cabin. And in the upside part, here is some windows, and from that part he's going to take the excess of air, and from this blower, as you can see it, from this blower you can take out of the air, the excess of air that is going to be in the cabin. With this part, first we have the cabin just pressurized with a little bit just to make sure that anything is not going in, and we use laminar flow to make sure when we open the door there is not going to be any issue and problem. And the third one will be the sterilization of the plastic. And how we'll do that? With peroxide. And we use a peroxide with 35% of concentration and with a temperature between 40 to 45 degrees. And where we do that? Here. That part is the tank from peroxide. And that's it. This is the true system that will be the sterilization.
Okay, so I think that we are going now. We want to know more about the product system because, Luis, for me, I think this is kind of the most important of all.
That's right.
Because with this system, with the product system, we can guarantee more or minus 3 grams in the dosing, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's the currency that we have in the machine. And how we do that? We just back again to the valve. The valve that is in the middle is the valve that receives the product. Where they receive the product? For the UST equipment or for the aseptic tank. And the valve is going to allow the inlet of the product and go until the balance tank. And for the balance tank is going to be for the dosification. And how we do that is the same, but we use the dosing system nozzle, and we will put it in here. And in this part, we just have the product inside of the machine. But what is the most important is all the valves, include those valves and the valves in the upper side that I'm going to explain a little more later. We don't use a steam barrier. Why? Because we use membranes, and the membranes is a FDA approved. You can do it. You can use it without any problem. And what is the advantage of that? Because if you use a steam for the sterilization in the valves, you have to change the part that is the O-ring that is inside every 250 hours. And when you use membranes, you will change that every 3,000 hours. That means that you don't have any labor issues that in maintenance that will be a kind of a problem. And that's the third part, that is the product system.
So we have the third competitive advantages with our SCA4.
That's
That
right.
is the dosing, thanks for the constant flow, right?
Yeah, that's right. That be the currency. That currency is plus minus 3 grams.
Now, I want you to tell us about the big roller. That it's one of the other of our competitive advantages in the market, and just tell us on the sterilization system, the plastic system, right?
That's right.
We can see it in here.
Yes, that will be the 4 system that we have in the machine. And as you can see here in this part, that is the lower part, this is where the film station starts. And in this part, as you can see, you can put a big roll. And how big that can be is a roll for 1 meter of diameter that will come weight until 200 kilograms. That means you can route the machine between 8 to even 20 hours depending of the size of the punch. In this part, as you can see, we have small rollers because the machine can work as well with a small and with the bigger one. When you have in here, you have the film, and the film is starting this part and it's coming this way, and here we have the other part that is going to do the traction of the film. Here in this part we have the printed device, and in the printed we just use a print for the film, and after that it's going inside to the tank, and here in the tank is we'll have the peroxide. And this is the first step for the film to do all the sterilization. And after that, we are going to the front. Let's go. Here in the front, we will have in the back side, we have the dry basket. And in that place, we just stay a little bit the plastic just to take out all the peroxide that is left in the plastic, and after that we have another traction device that is going to pull all the plastic to the front, and after that it's just going the plastic and it's going to be bent but just to do this kind of part. And in this part we have the vertical sealing, that is a constant temperature vertical sealing, and here we just do the last part of the track of the film, and here we have the last one that is the horizontal sealing. In here only have sealing, in here you have sealing and cut, and both of them are constant temperature. And if you're going to see here the horizontal temperature, we also have servo drive. In here in this machine, because we are a plus machine, we have a servo drive here in the horizontal sealing, and we have servo drive as well for the second drag transaction and for the dosification system. All of them are servo drive. Why servo drive? Because we reduce in that way the compressed air consumption, and that will be the force system of the machine.
Yes, there will be, and in here in the full system we have two more advantages: the big roller and the sterilization plastic system, right? So and it also works with the UIV lamps.
Yes, that's right.
Okay? So now before we start, I want to say thanks to all of you, and I want to say hi to all of you that right now are connected with us in our first live streaming for the SEA4 machine, the fastest one in the world. Okay, so now Luis, such as we have in our filling machine, we have the 4 main systems.
Yes.
But we also have loose system. So in this table, come here.
Okay.
So in this table, we have a few of the loose system, such as the balance tank, the aseptic valve, the mixed proof, and the membrane that you were talking about. So,
okay.
And this, that it is the horizontal sealing, that it's at constant temperature, right? So,
Yes.
please tell us a little bit more about all.
Okay, the first one we're talking about just belongs to the product system. The first one we are talking about is the product valve. In the product valve, as I told you before, it's going to be with a membrane, and this one is a membrane, and it's going here in the housing. This is the housing for the product valve, and here you have the inlet of product, and here the outlet for the return of the aseptic tank, or a headline in the case of the aseptic tank. Here just for the UST equipment, inlet and outlet. Aseptic tank is inlet and headline. Here you have the membrane, and you have 2 types of membrane. This is the first one, the membrane that is up below, and the second one, the membrane is here. It's a FDI approved material for in both cases. If there is an issue here in this kind of membrane, there is a witness in this part that you can see anything that is going to be packed. If there is an issue and you have to change it. Why we use this part? Because in this way you have to reduce the change for the steam consumption, for the steam barrier, that you will change the O-ring every 250 hours. In this case, you will change it every 3,000 hours or even 6,000, depending on how the machine is working and depending on the product. Here is the normal one. They are the product valve, the CIP valve. But in the product, when you have several machines just connected one by one, you can add here a mixed proof valve. And in the mixed proof valve, you have a valve that we have 2 different parts. They have this one that is going to product, this one that is going to be the middle, that will be for the middle chamber. That part. In this part, the product going in and going out, the product going in here to the machine, and here you have a middle chamber. In this middle chamber, you will have to ensure, because you have 2 different sealings, in one in here and the one in here. And doing this, you make sure that you can put product here in the upper side without any problem. When you just here in the machine, you are cleaning up. That's why this mixed proof is normally used when you have 2 or 3 machines connected in serial. The third one will be this one. In this part, this is the dosing system. This is the part that is going from the balance tank to the injection T. In this part, we also have a membrane, and this kind of membrane is also FDF, and is for made in Germany. And in this part, we have this. This is going to be the shaft that is going in the middle. That is in charge of closing up or open up the dosification system. And what is the difference that we have in valves that is aseptic or is sanitary? In this part, just to make sure that it's aseptic, is everything that is inside that is going outside, and before going inside must to be sterilized. That's why before you have a steam barrier, and in this case this membrane, what they do is just only the form. It's going to be like that just during working time. The membrane is going to be just follow the movement of the shaft during the production. The same happens with the valves. The valve is going the movement. We have in here, the membrane is going to be follow the movement, and that's why you don't need a steam barrier. And for the balance tank, in here the most important in this part is the smoothness of the surface. We just make sure that the surface is very smooth, just to make sure that for the cleaning there will be any problem. And the shape of the balance tank is made this form just to reduce the turbulence of the product inside of the tank, and to make sure that the product will be the same level all the time. And that's how we just get with our accuracy of the weight. The other part is the servo drive. We have servo drive here in the dosificator system that helps as well to the accuracy of the weight variation. Here for the dosificator, and here is the servo drive for the second drag of the film. And with us, we reduce the air consumption. And here in the horizontal ceiling, what we have here a piece of material that in this case is a special one that can do the conductivity of the thermal process, and as well is very strong, just to dure more longer during production. In this case, this you have to change it every three months or even 6 months of production, and that is a lot of time that you can save. And that is the explanation of everything that we have in here.
So in here we have our six competitive advantages that is given by this membrane, right? With
Right.
FDA certification.
That's right.
So now we want you to show us the next competitive advantages that are given by the flexing and the speed of packaging.
Okay, before go to the machine, is very important to know. Once we as a process department just finish the machine, there's another department that is the quality department, and the quality department just make sure that the machine is going to achieve everything that is going for the sales department. And in this part, it's very important that we use accredited equipment to make sure that everything is okay. And how we do that is with a vibration equipment and with a thermal equipment. In this case, we're just going to show how we do the thermal process. We are going to measure the thermal here in the electrical board. And in the electrical board, we just have the equipment to make sure that everything is okay. And in this part, we just measure the temperature that is just right. And everything that is going wrong with different temperature, we just make sure that the connection is okay, that the equipment is working okay, and we just run that for several hours to make sure that everything is working just fine before just going to the customer. Okay? Yeah. Now in this place, just let's go to the machine.
Yes, and this is now that you said it, in this quality certification, we include our customers and our clients in the FIT tests that we make here in our plant. So, and these all these tests that you are seeing, that you saw with the thermal test, and the one that we are going to see now is the one that you can experience here in our plant when you come here. So
Okay.
let's go to see now the flexibility of our machine and the speed, right?
Right. In the flexibility of the machine, we just work with pouches for 100 ml until 2 liters. And you can pack everything from a single head. You know, the head is just working as a long machine. It's just alone. You can pack in one head 100 ml, and in the second head 200 ml, and the last one 2 liters. You can mix it up everything that you want, because that is the flexibility of the head. In this part, in the machine, before we started as a thing to do all the measure of the performance of the machine, you will have this square, and in this square, every time the machine is stopped, you have to enter after, if the machine is stopped for 2 minutes, you will have this kind of a screen when you have to introduce the error code. That means that you have to put here a number, and we just measure. In this part, this is a error that they have, and we just say, okay, this is the error, and how they say the machine saved that time to do it as a performance, and to know when the machine is stopped, why is it stopped. And as I show you that the machine is very easy to operate, Pablo, show us how easy that could be.
Okay, it's easy because it's very automatic, our aseptic machine. So the only thing that I have to do is go here in our head, I choose, and then I'm going with automatic start. Yeah. And this is how you see that it's easy.
And now, as the same way as you started, you can stop it as well. Just show us.
Yep, it's easy like this.
And that's it. As you can see it, you can do it this very easy. And now we are going to do some tested of the machine, just to run a little more heads, just to you watch how the machine works, and to see different types of size. Okay? As you can see, in the first head we have 200 ml, and here we are doing a pressure test. As you can see, it is the pressure test just failed, but the film, not but the ceiling. You see it? The ceiling is okay. That is the first thing that we do is the pressure test. And now we are just going to do with another head, just to watch the different size.
So in here we are going to see now that we are working like different presentations in each head. So we have 200 milliliters in one head, and the other one that we have is 400.
Yes,
the
as you can see it. Right now it's just working. The second head is 400 millimeters, and the first head is running 200 millimeters. And the same, it's going to do the test, and the ceiling is working just fine. As you can see in here, that I'm going to show you, is the most important is about the ceiling. And you can see it here, the ceiling is without any problem. And you just make sure that everything is working just fine. And in the third head, as you see it, is the 1 liter size. As you can see, you can pack every different size without any problem.
And Liz, what speed do we have here? So which are the speed that we handle in our aseptic machine?
Okay, in our aseptic machine, in this case, we just run until 4,000 units each per head. That means you have 4 heads, you can run even until 16,000 units during 1 hour, and that will be a lot. And as you can see it, the machine, we have over 23 years of experience and over more than 100 machines over the world, just from Mexico to Argentina and as well in India.
Liz, I want you to, because I saw this test and I want to do it. I want to also do it.
Okay.
So let's do it. I want to do it. So.
Okay. In this part, you look at you have to do is a little pressure to make sure that everything is. Look.
I wanted to do this because I want to show you that the seal is okay. So the back broke in everywhere, but not in the ceiling.
That's to be only the plastic. That means that is the safety of the sealing. That the sealing is okay, but the plastic is the one that is going to be stopped.
Okay. Okay, now it's time to do something important. We want to do a change roll.
Yes. Then, as you can see, if you use a big roll, that means the time that will take to change the roll will be more than 8 to 10 hours. And if you pack a small packages, can be run until 10 hours, until 20 hours or even more. Okay, right now we are going to do the change of size of the film.
Okay, let's go. So now we're going to change the roll here in the first head. So we're going to switch the presentation of 200 milliliters for the one that it's 1 liter. Okay.
Okay, in this part, he is going to just pull a little plastic for the outside. After that, he is going just to remove the core or the less plastic that he has, and he already have prepared the other one. And the other one that is prepared, he just going to put in the machine, and he just going to put both places of the plastic. The one that is the new one, and he is going to join with the old plastic that is in the machine. And with this plastic, as you can see it, he's going to join 2 different sizes. In this case, we have 400 millimeters, and we just going to do it with 100 for 1 liter. And in this part of the equipment, he is going just to make sure that all the parts is aligned. And after it's aligned, he is just going to join the pieces. He already did it, and he just remove the excess of plastic and just roll back a little bit of the roll, and the machine just can continue working. This you can do it while the machine is working as well. And because they have different sizes, you can continue pack it in the front of the machine, remove the plastic, and after that, just pushing a button, you can change the size without any problem. And that's how you can change the roll for the machine, and that's how the easy that I can do it. In this place, it just takes less than 1 minute. With practice, you can do it even faster.
Okay, now we have 2 more of our competitive advantages. First is the compact size of our machine, that is just 1.6 meters and 4 meters of large, right?
Right.
And the other one is the printers in our machine, that they are included, right?
Yes, that's right.
Okay, and another very important advantage of our machine is how you connect through mobile devices to our machine. So as you can see, I want you to show us this. So come here and let's see how do you operate the machine. Let's see how do you operate the machine through the mobile devices, right?
Okay.
So we have this.
Okay, in this part is very important, is not just selling the machine, is all the post sales that we have going to achieve. In this case, we are going to show you we can connect with the machine, and how we can interpret with any problem. And here, as you can see, there will be in this tablet, you can see the same as the screen. And I'm going to move a little bit here the screen. As you can see here, it's just going to reproduce the same one that in the machine. That is show you that how will be the interconnection between a tablet and between the screen. And you can just put everything for the different heads, and we'll have the same picture. And this is the first step of the communication with the machine and with the virtual technology. The second part that we are talking about is how we can connect from our side to the machine. As you can see, right now we're just getting into the code, the program code in the machine. And there you can see the map, and in the map you will have all of these, the dots will be all the clients that we have with this kind of technology. And right now we are doing the connection with the screens. In this part we're just doing with the screen different to the machine. It's not the machine that we are connected with every kind of equipment during the process. In this part we just connected to the tank that we have a 30,000 liters tank, and in the tank there is indicated the valves and the lines that is running at that moment, at that time. And that's how we just can a service to the client to find out where will be the problems or the problems that they are facing at that moment, and to reduce the distance in this place. That means you will be 24 hours at that point. And doing that, the important part of this is that everything will be connected for us. And if you need anything at the moment, we just connect just for a click, and we connect for everything. Just for the code of the program, we just can connect for the screens that is showing, and after that we can assist you very easy. But besides doing that, we as well use another kind of tool that can help us to do it even better. And how we do that is with the assistant that will be using augmented virtuality. And how we do that, I will show you. As you can see in here, you will have here in this moment I'm here connected with a technical support, and here I show you my screen here in my cell phone. As you can see, let's hold to say hi. Hi Álvaro, how are you?
Buenos días, ingeniero, ¿cómo está?
Very nice. What about you? I have here right now an issue in the machine that I want you here to solve it. I have here a problem in the product valve.
Oh. Ingeniero, ¿se refiere a esta válvula?
Okay, as you can see it, he just put a mark in the valve that I'm talking about. And if you can see it, if I move the screen, the measure is going to be point. And if that is outside of the range, it's just going to measure, to put a needle narrow to show where is the point. And if I have a shoe, I can mark as well. And how I'll do that? I can show, okay, I have a problem here as well, and point, and will be marked as well. If you can see it, we have both of them, and will be an arrow for my side, and will be an arrow for his side. And that is how the communication, the augmented reality, we can do it to just give a better service to the client. First one, connection, and this one is the easy way. In this moment, we just do a video chat, and I can speak with him, and he can hear me. And in this moment, we just put everything just to make sure that it's not going to be any problem, and just to assist the you people very easily. Okay, Paulo, that means, if you can see, we show the machine, and before of the after the machine, the most important for us is the post sales, and that's how we just give the service without being in that place. We can do it several million of kilometers without any problem.
Yeah, that's great, because that makes us that we can have 24/7 connection with our clients, and we can give the technical support that they need anytime, and no distance restriction, right?
Yeah, and very easily.
Yeah. So thank you, Luis, for this explanation. Right now we finished this part, but now we are going to open space for the questions that you have, right? So we have right now some questions for our viewers.
Okay.
The first one, it's the first one, Luis. So let me check because I have a very good one here.
Okay.
It's, can our CIP clean two packaging machines?
Yes, of course. And how we achieve that? We just doing a modification in the CIP system just to make sure that there will be two different pumps, and each pump is going to be in charge of each machine. You know, in CIP the most important is the 4 different variables. The first one is the speed, the second one is the temperature, the third one will be the dosification of the sauce and acid, and the last one is the time. And we just make sure that everything of them is okay to make sure that the CIP will be done without any problem.
Okay, okay. And one more time about the CIP. It's the consumption or CIP. So can you tell us more about the consumption?
Okay, in the most effort that we put in the machine is to reduce the industrial services. That means in our machine, because it's 100% automatic, we reduce the 30% of the consumption of industrial service. And after that, everything is really automatic. And you can do it here just directly for the screen.
Okay, now this time it's how much holding time for the film on the peroxide?
Okay, the normal time during peroxide, the film is going between 9 to 30 seconds. That will be enough time to don't have any issue and make sure that the plastic is completely sterilized before just going product inside.
Okay, and also, what warranty can they offer in our machines?
Okay, the warranty that we can offer in the machine is even until 24 months without any problem.
Okay, so let me see, I have another one here. We have a lot of.
Okay, as Pablo just continue following up the question is, we have to make sure that everything is okay and everything is working. And besides, as you can see, the machine really works. There is no issue with that because we just the 33 years of experience that we have just approved that way. And the second part that we just make sure and put so much effort to do it is all the post sales. And the post sales, we have the connection that you can see it, and after that you have the spare parts. And in the spare parts, the most important is not only the outside of the machine. We just care about the inside. In instant for program, we just make sure that the program is working fine and we have everything working with a better solution, with a better programming. And in the parts, in the spare parts, we just make sure that the quality of the material and the quality of the thermal process and the quality of that is even better to increase the time when you have to change the spare part. And that's important. Just how, what is this? Is for reduce the price per unit during the maintenance. And that is another advantage that we have in the machine. Why? Because the spare part per unit is cheaper.
Okay, and the last one, the last question that we are going to have for now, it's the product temperature that you can packaging in our machine. So what is the temperature?
Okay, normally in temperature here in the machine, you can do it with the ambient temperature. You can reach between 4 degrees until 40 degrees. When we use 40 degrees, we use 40 degrees when we use viscous process, like cream. And when we use the normal one, we use normal UST, you normally use between 22 to 27 degrees. That is the normal way to do it. And that is not needed to do it cool and milk because it is UST, you can pack it with the normal temperature. And besides that, you can do the packing as well for 4 degrees without any problem. And I think that will answer your question.
Yeah, we are kind of running out of time, but in a fastest way, in the fastest way that you can. So, can you please explain us the filling, the packaging process here in our machine, just fast?
Okay, the packing process how will be is you have the film, and the film just going through the machine. We make sure that sterilize the film before the product going in, and we can do the packing between 100 ml to 2 liters without any problem. That means in the machine we just make sure that the product is okay, the CIP is working just fine. The machine is going to be very fast to doing to reduce the cost. And the last one is all the spare and the post sales that we just put effort to reduce the price and to give a better quality and better experience.
Okay, thanks, Luis, for your assistance here and for your teaching us all this about the SEA4, the fastest one in the market. So thank you very much.
Thank you for inviting me.
And so we will see you in the next streaming, right?
That's right. And thank you very much. Welcome everyone. The time that you just want to do it, you have any questions, you can do it without any problem. And we just give you a welcome for our home.
Yes, thank you very much to all of you for joining to our live streaming. This is the first one that we are having for India from Bucaramanga, remember. And I want to say thanks. This was a very great time spending with you, and we see you in the next time. So if you have more questions, please go to your director, India director, sales department. So and he can help you with more. So see you in the next time, and I'll make sure that you'll be okay. So thank you and have a very good time and be safe. Bye bye.